Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are all doing really well, and if you're new to my channel then welcome. Hope you guys subscribe and Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are all doing really well, and if you are new to my channel then thanks for watching my video. Hopefully you guys subscribe. So I just want to sit down and tell you guys some things that I've learned in the last 24 years of my life. So I've got my little journal here which I've got everything written down, and just to give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek, this is how much I've got. So there's a fair bit to go through, so let's get started. So the first one that I want to start off with is that it's okay to say no to going out and actually cancelling plans. The reason I say this is because when I started working, I felt sort of obliged to go out every Friday night after work for drinks and just mingle with everyone, go out, have a good time, you know, drink up and then stay out late, and then the next day I would just have massive regrets because I would be like, wow, what am I doing with my life? We work for a whole week and look forward to the weekend just so that we can go out, get drunk, and then regret it on Saturday. So it took me a while to understand this. I quickly realized that that wasn't for me, and it wasn't something that I was actually keen on doing, after work drinks every Friday night. And I feel like a lot of people are at the stage where that's their escape, and if that is, then so be it, it's amazing. But for me, that wasn't something that I wanted to do. I wanted to actually have my Saturdays, I wanted to have my Friday nights. That's just one example. You know, your friends could ask you to go out and maybe you don't want to. It's okay to say no. You don't have to feel that pressure of saying yes all the time. And it's not that I don't ever go out, I do, but I just pick and choose my times that suit me, because I know that the weekends are something that I actually look forward to, and it's time where I get to actually film and shoot and edit this video. So I actually enjoy that more than going out. So no offense to anyone that loves going out, but yeah, it's just not for me. Another lesson that I have learned is that you've just got to trust and love the process. So what I mean by that, for example, YouTube. So when I initially started YouTube, the growth obviously wasn't that great. I did know it was going to take a while for me to reach where I wanted to reach with YouTube. With that being said, that actually wasn't an issue for me. I love the process of filming, editing, and you know, finally seeing what the end result is, what the end outcome would be. So that entire process for me is something that I really enjoy. And even if you aren't seeing that growth, seeing the numbers that you expect, as long as you just trust the process and you love the process, then that's the main part. You're not too worried about the end game. You're not You're not too worried about what the end goal looks like. You're more so, you know, in the now and present in the now. And if you don't enjoy the process, then you're gonna quickly come to realize that you're not gonna enjoy it in the long run as well. Then I'm sorry, but you're actually going to end up quitting what you actually do. So, but yeah, just trusting and loving the process for what it is. Don't be afraid to show your emotion to your closest friends and family. This is something that took me a while to realize and actually understand, because I know for the longest time ever I've actually been a very closed off, sheltered person. Even my closest friends and family don't see me crying or breaking down or even showing any emotion, and that's something that I've slowly come to realize. So if they are your closest friends and family, then they are going to want to support you. They are going to be concerned for you. If you don't open up to them in times where you feel oh man, I don't know what to do, I don't know who to talk to, really you're going to just be going around in circles in your own head. It'll just continually build up. So that's something that I've learned, to not keep my emotions within me, even though it is a trait of mine. As per my horoscope, being a Capricorn, we usually tend to keep our emotions to ourselves and try not to put that or inflict that on anyone else. So it's definitely taking some time, but I am trying to emote myself a lot more and basically just opening up to people and just letting them know how I feel. So number 4 is just trusting yourself. If you don't trust yourself and you aren't confident in what you stand for, and you aren't confident being around others, then I'm sorry, this life of a game is just going to be super hard for you, because we're ultimately our biggest fans. You're always going to be doubting yourself, and doubt is not a good thing. It'll just spiral off into negativity, depression. So I think trusting yourself in this day and age is key to allowing yourself to go further. Number 5. This might be a touchy topic for some people, but I think don't be afraid to speak up to your parents. I know parents have the best interests for you, and they want to support you, and they want to shelter you, keep you grounded, and they want you to basically be in this little bubble so that you feel comfortable and you're not affected or hurt by anything around you. And that's why parents do what they do. But I'm sorry, that's all well and good. Like, I understand like the love of parents and everything, but only you're gonna know what you actually need in life and what you want to do in life. So having this, you know, this pressure from parents coming down, like, you know, you should do such and such. I know ultimately parents have this dream that their children will fulfill their dreams, but that's just not how it works. For me at least. You've got to be able to speak up to your parents to let them know what it is that you actually want to do or how you feel. And I know parents provide you with all the support and guidance and put you on the right track. That right track is probably a right track for them, but it may not be the right track for you. I think that's something, especially like in the Indian culture, it's not so often that people talk about these things or they talk back to their parents and they are looking to fulfill their parents' dreams. That's what you want and you're happy fulfilling your parents' dreams, and like that's great. I know a lot of the time people aren't actually that happy, and as I just said before, enjoying the process. If you're not enjoying the process, you're never going to be happy. Like, what's the point? You're wasting all this time fulfilling someone else's dreams, whereas you could be doing your own thing. Because at the end of the day, you need to take care of yourself. Your parents will take care of you, but you know what's exactly right for you. So number 6, I've learned to embrace who I am as a person. I know growing up, like, you know, primary school, high school, even uni sometimes, like, it's just a very bad thought, but I used to be somewhat shy and embarrassed about my Indian culture. Like, I would bring food from home and I would be like, I don't know what they're gonna think, the smell, like what it looks like, and I'd always hate the time where my mum would pack me Indian food and I would have to take it to school because like that's what lunch was for the day. So it did take me a while to get over that fear of like trying to make myself look like I'm not Indian. Now what I do, I actually love taking food from home. I feel like for me, like I've come a long way with this. So starting first year of work, full-time work, was when I actually started embracing my culture, my Indian heritage. So I even took up like Indian dancing as well, so that helped. I've quickly come to realize that people don't care what you bring for food. Like, it does not matter. In fact, it's the opposite. Like, they want to try out new cultures, new foods, new experiences. So I don't know what I was thinking back then. It was just silly. It's all in my head. So yeah, just embracing that Indian culture, just being able to show who you are actually as a person and not hiding because that's who you are and that's what makes you you. As cheesy as it does sound, it is actually the truth. So that's definitely something that I have learned and I'm so happy that I did. Number 7, another lesson that I did learn was to just travel. So what I mean by that is that traveling actually gives you the opportunity to see the bigger, wider world that's out there, which we're all sort of in our little bubble and we forget. You just need to see what's out there, see how people live, adopt new experiences. I knew that was like a big thing for me seeing when I went to Vietnam, like seeing how others lived, and going back to India recently as well. It all comes into perspective now for me, and just seeing how different it is to like your own life and seeing how other people live as well. I think that's a really rewarding experience. Number 8, I have learned to be open-minded and just be open to everything and anything. Just take it in as it comes. I don't want to be someone that's closed off. I just want to be able to accept and be appreciative of everything around me and things that are happening around me. And I just want to take things wholeheartedly in. If you don't have an open mind, then I feel like that can pose a lot of challenges down the track. Just accepting things for what they are, really. Number 9, just being present in the now. So this is something that I only learned recently after reading the book The Power of Now. Ever since I've read it, has actually stuck with me. Basically not being absorbed by what's to come, what's happened, and being available now and thinking about your thoughts as they are now. Like, in this present moment, how do you feel? Like, that's something that I struggled with because I know my mind usually like pondered off to like the future, but ever since reading this book, and obviously it's like it's not going to come to you like instantly. Like, it does take time to like snap out of it when you are thinking about the future or the past. You need to remind yourself to like come back to the now, come back to this very moment. I was a very big culprit in thinking about just weird stuff and just pondering and just going around in circles, and it just used to drive me insane. So that's something which I'm really happy that I did learn. Number 10, so taking time out to have me time, like actual me time. So I know I'm a very big culprit and I'm definitely guilty of this. I would always be the type of person that even if I am doing something and I finish that, then I'd be like, oh, what else is there that I can do? So this just comes back to, you know, taking a step back, unwinding after like a busy work week, and just spending that time with yourself to just recoup and reflect on how you're feeling. And it's just something that makes you feel so much better at the end of it when you have had time for yourself, not always being occupied with something on your mind. Basically just tune out of, you know, all your other commitments that are out there and just take some time to yourself, for your mind, to just sit and reflect. Number 11. So I'm a really big fan of this, and I try to get other people that I know are watching this video, you know who you are, to try new foods. Like, what's the harm? Like, you're not gonna like it, then so be it. It just makes so much logical sense. I don't get it. Like, you could like something but you've never known about it because you've always been so afraid to try something. So yeah, that's another thing that I've definitely learned, and I'm trying to get my friends to learn too. Number 12. Your losses are your losses and no one else's. What I mean by this is, if you don't try, you won't know, but that's okay. It's your own journey. You need to live and go through this journey because, you know, it builds that personality, it builds that character in you. So for example, say you start a new business and you expect the business to be going really, really well by the end of the year, but then you come to the end of the year and it's not doing so well and you make a loss out of it. But then again, you gave it a shot, you experienced the whole journey, you understood the process, hopefully you enjoyed the process. Even though you made a loss, we all know that things aren't easy in life. If everything was easy, then everyone would be doing it. It's all about, you know, the perspective and the way you think about it and putting yourself in a growth mindset and understanding that that was your journey. It's fine, it's a loss. Now move on. What else is there that I can do to, you know, make myself bigger and better? Number 13, it's okay to leave friendships and relationships. There should never be a time where you feel like you're obliged to maintain a relationship if you're not feeling it. Like, there's no reason, there's no harm for you to just leave if your inner gut feeling is telling you to leave. And this works a lot with, for example, work. Say you find this colleague at work which you're like super close with, you become close friends, and then you decide to leave work one day, then that friendship was basically out of convenience, which is fine because people drift away. Just being mindful of the fact that it is okay to leave. You don't need to feel like you owe someone something, so which is fine. Number 14, this is very similar to the previous one. You don't need to maintain every single relationship or friendship. What I mean by this is, for example, a friend messages you for coffee. You don't need to feel like you should maintain it and go out of your way, because I know that can be like a full-time job. Calling your friend, you know, organizing catch-ups and going for the catch-ups. And I know this might sound a bit harsh, but sometimes people message me for coffee catch-ups and I'm like, I haven't even spoken to you in like 2 years. It doesn't really excite me to talk to you anymore. Like, it's, yeah, that sounds really bad. I might edit that out. But honestly, it's like the truth, because people will grow. You become a new person. You've changed a whole lot. Like, I don't know how that person is. Like, you know, we've spoke 2 years ago. Like, why would I catch up with you? So as harsh as it sounds, it's true. Like, people think about it, but they never say it. Number 15. Now, as cheesy as it sounds, treating your body like a temple is something that I am all for this year. So what I mean by this is I've actually taken a conscious effort to start taking care of my body. I've started introducing more fruits, more vegetables into my diet, drinking a lot more water, and just taking my vitamins and just eating clean and just taking care of my mental and physical health, and basically just understanding your body and what it needs. So your body does give you signs and indications when it is down or when, you know, something requires attention. So you must listen to that. Number 16, that is not caring what people think about me. This hasn't come easy for me because I've always cared what people have thought about me. But recently, ever since starting YouTube, I've had to come over that fear. I know for a fact that people have spoken behind my back about how this whole YouTube thing is going for me. You know, I post on social media, might be annoying to them, thinking like, oh my god, who does she think she is? But in actual fact, like, initially it did get to me, but now I'm just like, it doesn't really matter. Like, I don't care. Like, are you happy in your life? Probably not. Are you gonna do anything about it? Probably not. So I really don't care. Number 17, and that is get out of your comfort zone. You need to feel uncomfortable, uneasy, you know, pushed out of your comfort zone for you to actually grow as a person. And once you've overcome that pressure, you'll feel like you rule the world. Because if you don't feel uncomfortable, then everything's easy and you aren't actually learning anything. It just becomes a routine. Number 18, that is to just go for it and do it. You know, whether it be like a business you want to start. And actually I get a lot of people asking me how I started this whole YouTube channel. Like, how did I go about it? What did I buy? What did I do? How do you set up the account? And I'm just thinking, like, it's a very simple Google search. Like, you can do it yourself. That's how I started. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just need to go for it and actually just put something out there, because that will get the ball rolling. Yeah, there's really no other way. Number 19, that is to not be judgmental. So I can't say that I'm a non-judgmental person, because I know sometimes I can be, but it's just a matter of learning the process. There's no need to be creating problems and then judging people and then wasting your effort judging someone. Like, that takes a lot of effort as well. Like, why put your mind to negative use, whereas you could be doing something or getting started on that business idea. Number 20. Now, this one's been difficult for me. I'm still in the process of learning and understanding this, and that is to take a break. For example, I've done something and I've completed it for the day. I would always be wanting to do more. I can't be just sitting there watching Netflix, just not something that I would feel comfortable doing. For example, I can give you an example now. So today's Anzac Day. It's a public holiday in Australia. So I could be out, the sun is like shining, it's perfect weather. I could be at the beach or something, going on a hike with my friends, but I chose not to go because I wanted to put this video up this week. Because it's a public holiday, it gave me another opportunity to film another video. So I see it as that opportunity and not as an opportunity to, you know, go out there. Number 21, don't hold grudges. It's just exhausting. Like, why hold grudges? Just forgive and forget. Focus your time and, you know, energy on something else that's more productive, like that business idea. Yeah, don't hold grudges. Number 22, surround yourself with like-minded people and people who add value to your life. That sounds harsh, but it's the truth. You want to be able to grow, you want to develop as a person. So if you surround yourself with people that aren't in that mindset, then you're just going to bring yourself down. It's like, you know, when they say you are the average of the 5 people around you, and that's true. Like, if you surround yourself with positive, like-minded, you know, strong-willed people, then you are going to be like that. You're going to aspire to be like that, as opposed to someone that doesn't really care what they're doing in their life. Number 23, not to be on my phone as much. I've consciously tried to reduce the usage of my phone, because, as I said, if I'm on my phone, then that means I'm not working towards something, and if I'm not working towards something, then that's just a waste of time. Yeah, definitely reducing phone usage allows you to do so much more with your time. Number 24, eliminating insecurities, because I love me and no one else will love me as much as I love me. And that is the end of the video. Hope you guys found that interesting, and if you did, then please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel down below. And yeah, I shall see you guys in my next video.